Welcome back to the Morning Show here on Arise News. Despite President Muhammadu Buhari's comments on aggrieved members of the All Progressives Congress, APC, having the right to seek redress in court without being expelled from the party leadership has said it will not change its position on the issue, insisting the party's constitution states that members must exhaust all internal party conflict resolution mechanisms before they seek redress in court. Joining us this morning to speak on this and a whole lot more is the APC spokesperson, Lanre Issa-Onilu. Good morning and many thanks for joining us, Mr. Lanre from our
Good morning. Thank you for joining us today.
First,
good morning.
Great.
Let's
start with the World in 2019 report just released by the London-based Economist magazine, which is now predicting that President Muhammadu Buhari would win the 2019 elections on the grounds that the opposition coalition may collapse before we head to the polls. This must be gratifying news to you and the APC. However, it does not take away from the fact that the party keeps losing key members in states like Ogun and Imo. Inter-party wrangling continues. I mean, just yesterday, 26 aspiring lawmakers in Ogun State defected from your party.
Yeah, well, the report by The Economist is actually a confirmatory report. It's a report that is reflecting the reality that we all have seen in this country. That beside the fact that APC has done so well, that it deserves a renewal of its mandate, we also see that the major opposition party, PDP, is not doing itself any good at all. It's not even living up to that status of an opposition party. And so it's leaving the stage open for APC. And our only worry, even though it's in our favor, I mean, it's to our advantage, the only worry we have is that we hope that PDP will not but inadvertently make this country a one-party state, you know. So that's the fear.
Let me understand this. How does this work? When the HSBC and the UBS released reports that your administration was going to ruin the economy when it returns in 2019, you outrightly discarded that report. But here goes the Economist report, and you say it is confirmatory of what your administration is all about. How do you choose which report works for you?
No, it's the report that works for reality. The report you refer to apparently must have been very embarrassing to even the publication, you know, that produced that report. It does not reflect the reality at all. It didn't speak to what we all can see clearly. So, and it's, again, we are not going overboard about the fact that a foreign magazine has reported. I'm sure if a Nigerian magazine has reported anything about the United States or any country in Europe, it won't bother them a bit. It's not that we do not appreciate that certain publications outside of these shores are coming to see and confirm what we all are seeing. But at the same time, we are not going overboard about that. We are focused on what we are doing. We also can assess this situation by ourselves. We want the ordinary Nigerians, we are more concerned about what the ordinary Nigerians think. And from the report we get from the field clearly every day, and from the outcome of the effort we are making, we see clearly that the ordinary Nigerians are happy because this government is about the ordinary people. And so we are focused on that. We are not going overboard about a particular report from a particular publication. Yeah, well, what The Economist has done is what is on ground. It's speaking to the reality. But at the same time, that's not our concern. Our concern is about what does the ordinary man on the street think in this country.
All right, Lanre, if we are to press further today, let's say that what guarantees do you have in these APC-led states like Ogun and Imo State, where the governors have decided to stay put in the party for elections, but have encouraged governorship candidates that they support and other party members to defect from the APC? Isn't this sheer confusion all around, and is not engaging in anti-party politics, so to speak?
Yeah, but the first question we should be asking is what is the reason why they are taking that action? You see, the vote of a governor and the vote of the man who sweep the street, the weight are equal. It's one vote each. And when you have done something that you think would please the majority of the people, you should be happy with that. What we have done in Imo and in Ogun is applying the rules clearly, and it is not all the time that even when you do the right thing, everybody will be happy about it. So we've done the right thing in Imo and in Ogun State, and we have very good report from the voters, the electorate in those states, that they are very happy with what we have done. We'll still continue. We have opened the windows for people who are aggrieved to take advantage of that, for them to reconcile themselves with the reality and with the fact of the matter, knowing fully well that what the position the party has taken is in line with what democracy is all about. So, not that we don't want a single member of our party to leave, but at the same time, we will be comforted when we know that what we have done is what is pleasing to the ordinary man, and what we have done is in line with the democratic principles that we subscribe to. Our worldview as APC is progressive, and anything that is contrary to that, we would not go into that. And again, even when you do the right thing, there are consequences. So we do appreciate that there are consequences. So, but the bottom line is, the bottom line is, have we taken the right action? Yeah, I think we have done that, and we're happy with what we have done.
All right. The main opposition, People's Democratic Party, yesterday kicked off its presidential campaign in Sokoto with a mammoth crowd in attendance in a state that voted overwhelmingly for Buhari in 2015. Should this be cause for concern, and when will the APC presidential campaign kick off?
Okay, yeah, what happened in Sokoto was very shameful. That was not supposed to be a Sokoto state rally. It was termed a zonal rally, which means all the states of the Northwest. That was the rally for the entire region. And don't forget that that region, that geopolitical zone, has the highest number of registered voters, nearly 20 million. And that was what PDP could do. Oh, and then you saw a crowd that was very tepid, a spiritless crowd, a crowd that was unresponsive to political chants. I was worried, and I was wondering if President Buhari should just today walk just on the street of Sokoto, it would get times 10 that crowd, not a rally. I'm just saying let the president just walk some few meters on the street of Sokoto, and then the entire Northwest. That was the crowd PDP could get, a very tepid crowd, a crowd that was completely uninterested.
Really?
It was very shameful. And it's a pointer to the fact that PDP has a long way to go. People are demonstrating that they have not forgotten the crimes that this party committed against this country for 16 years.
Well, I'm not surprised.
It appears that people are also angry. It appears people are angry that PDP has not shown remorse and taking people for granted. So we could see that even from the crowd that was supposed to be PDP crowd, there was so much disenchantment. There was so much lack of interest from even that crowd yesterday. It was very shameful.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you were still expressing your dismissal of the crowd at the rally yesterday as tepid, uninterested, the rally in Sokoto, but you cannot deny the fact that the APC may actually lose significant votes
in the Northwest geopolitical zone in the coming elections due to two factors. The first being that you have millions of Shiite Muslims who voted en masse for Buhari in 2015, but have now vowed to jettison the president in 2019 due to the continuing detention of their leader, El-Zakzaki, as well as the persecution of their members. And two, even the Ganduje factor is likely to play a role in the election in Kano State, where the governor was caught on video stuffing his babariga and with large brown envelopes with dollars, which was a bribe from a contractor. What do you have to say to that?
Well, I think we should be careful when we talk about the so-called video is in Kano. I'm aware of the fact that the videos, a number of them, have not been proven in any law court, and that even the governor is bold enough, convinced in his own mind that what is done nothing wrong is the one that is in court. And so we should be careful relating with that issue as if we have facts. But speaking to the implication of that, as far as our chances are in Kano, I attended a rally in Kano just about a week ago, where the key elements in the so-called Kwankwasia in Kano moved en masse into our party. And Kano, by far,
Mr. Lanre, may I interrupt you here? Are you dismissing Kwankwaso as a factor in Kano politics? Are you saying that Kwankwaso is not a factor in Kano politics?
But I'm saying it's a diminishing factor.
How so?
From what we saw at that rally is continuing to lose relevance in Kano. And even with him, we don't have any issue with Kano. Kano is a very strong constituency, and we are very, very certain that more than 2015, we're going to pull massive vote in Kano. And this is something that is clearly obvious. Besides the fact that President Muhammadu Buhari is so much loved in that state, the present government or APC government in Kano State has done so well. You need to go to Kano. And then so the ordinary people in Kano are not deceived by whatever mantra or chant anybody is political chant going on there. What people know is that the governor has done so well. The APC governor in Kano State has done so well. President Muhammadu Buhari is so much loved in Kano, and not just being loved, but for the good work they can see clearly across the country, and especially in Kano State. The entire Northwest is actually safe. And we are very, very certain that more than 2015, we're going to pull massive votes in the Northwest.
But what will you say?
With what we saw in Sokoto yesterday.
What will you say about the situation in Kaduna State? Is that safe? You have your APC governor, Nasir El-Rufai, who selected a Muslim running mate, a Muslim ticket in a state like Kaduna, where South Kaduna votes are integral with all the religious tensions going on there. Would you describe that as a safe seat for your party?
There is no issue with that, except the media is trying to make an issue out of that. In Ondo State today, we have a Christian governor and a Christian deputy. In Ekiti State, with substantial number of Muslims, we have both the governor and a deputy as Christian, and there's nothing wrong in that. We should not continue to throw up issues that divide us. What we should be talking about is what is the quality, I mean, we should assess these individuals and conclude whether they are fit enough or not. I think what the governor of Kaduna State, Malam El-Rufai, has done is in the best interest of the people of Kaduna. He has looked out for somebody that he thinks will add value to his government, and that's what he has done.
Yes, but
the issue of tribe and religion, we have a responsibility to ensure we don't promote such divides. Kaduna will not be the only state where you have people of same faith occupying the two most important seats in the state. So The people of Kaduna, especially the southern Kaduna, where the deputy comes from, they have not seen any major issue arising from that person.
I take your point about the merits, but you also have to have inclusiveness when you're dealing with the electorate. Kaduna is populated 40% Christians, and they have unique religious tensions within that state. It cannot be compared to another state or any other example you choose to raise. Deaths have occurred. There have been fatalities as a result of religious tensions. So what does it say about the governor of Kaduna State that he's not sensitive to these issues?
You actually don't need a Christian governor to cure whatever you think the problem is in Kaduna. You need a governor that is responsive. You need a governor that is forward-looking. You need a governor that is running an inclusive governor. And that's what we think our governor in Kaduna State is doing. Governor El-Rufai has done so well in Kaduna, and the development effort cut across every nook and cranny of the state. So the crisis in Kaduna didn't start just now. It's been there even when you had Christian governor. It's been there when you had Muslim governor. So what we should be talking about is lasting solution, which I think is what this governor is, Governor El-Rufai is working on. So, saying that 40% Christian population in Kaduna, I've mentioned Ekiti also, where you have very huge number of Muslims, but they are not complaining. All they want is take good care of us, deliver on your mandate. That's what Nigerians are interested in. And then media also should not promote issues that don't really matter. I thought we would be celebrating the fact that Governor El-Rufai has boldly brought forward a woman as deputy governor. We should be interested in this gender issue also, and we should commend him for that boldness, to bring up a woman to be his deputy.
All right. In the bid to move it forward,
I wonder why we are not looking at that angle.
Yeah, in the bid to actually move all this forward, your party appears to be conflicted as to which political zone it wants to hand over power to in 2023, whereas members of the APC, such as the Secretary to the Governor, talking about Boss Mustafa, has been wooing the Southeast zone and has promised them that they will get the presidency in 2023 if they support Buhari in 2019. The likes of the Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, who was on our show yesterday, continues to rally the Southwest to support Buhari in order to get the presidency in 2023. So which is it? Why do we have discordant teams emerging from the party? Or is it because, is this politics playing at the highest level at its best right now?
Yeah, politics is about contest and contest of interest. The Southeast has a right to stake a claim to come forward for presidency in 2023, but that does not deprive other regions. That's right also. The last time I checked, Governor Raji Fashola...
No, but it's not the Southeast taking the claim, but rather it is the presidency almost throwing the Southeast a lifeline and saying that vote for us in 2019 and you are sure of getting 2023 presidency. That's what it's looking like here.
I didn't get that, please. Good.
The Southeast seems not to be staking the claim. Rather, it is the presidency right now saying that if he can vote through Babatunde Raji Fashola, the Minister of Works, Housing and Power, he's saying that if he can vote for President Muhammadu Buhari in 2019, you are sure that 2023, the presidency will swing to the Southeast. That is what they seem to be saying. They are the ones actually dangling the carrot before the Southeast right now. I mean, the Southwest right now.
Well, there's nothing wrong, I mean, dangling such a carrot. If you say I'm going to build good road for you, it's the same thing. I'm going to build rail line for you, it's the same thing. If you're promising them the opportunity to come forward to contest the presidency, it's also very well in order. So I mean, there's nothing wrong in making promises that you know you can keep. If the South East people come out and vote massively for APC, then they're also making themselves available to, you don't hand over power to the opposition. Politics is about contest. So, and if you're going to be part of, the future, then you have to invest in the present. So that's what the SGF was simply saying, invest in the present. So you could be qualified to be part of the future. That has nothing to do with the issue of development effort that the government is doing. This government is non-discriminatory when it comes to issue of development. If you go to the Southeast today, we have seen reports that said that Southeast appear to be the most favored when it comes to the infrastructure that this country is witnessing, the level of infrastructure development that is going on now. So when it comes to issue of governance, this government is non-discriminatory. But when it comes to issue of positions, especially the issue of presidency, then there's nothing wrong by saying, please stake a claim. So what the SDF was saying is the Southeast people stake a claim for 2023. Okay. And I think that is very commendable of him.
Mr. Lanre, I have two quick real questions for you. The last time you were on this show about a month ago, you insisted that your party wasn't in crisis. One, do you still hold that same claim that your party is not in crisis? Secondly, let me ask you, why is the president and the NWC of your party contradicting each other?
Yeah, I think it is the media interpretation that is wrong. What the president said is in tandem with what the party also said. We said clearly that there is a procedure for you to seek redress. Approach those organs, follow the party constitution, exhaust the internal conflict resolution mechanism before going to court. That's what our constitution says. The president said people have a right to go to court. We never said people didn't have a right, don't have right to go to court. People do. We know people do. But we are saying that we also all subscribe to a party with the constitution that says seek first the mechanism that has been put in place by the party to resolve issues.
So are you saying the president does not understand the constitution of your party?
If you are not satisfied with that, you can proceed to court. So we are completely, we are aligned with what the president said. We don't have any conflict with the president's position at all. The media was trying to read meaning to all of that. No, we never said you can't go to court. We only insisted, and we are still insisting, that the mechanism that the party has put in place, which is backed up by the constitution of the party, clearly states that you should take that first step before going to court. Ultimately, court is the last resort, and that's what the president said, and we align completely with that.
All right, so my green
But you didn't respond to my first question. Do you still maintain that your party is not in crisis?
Oh, I thought you would by now have seen yourself that the kind of disaster scenario you were painting at that period is no longer available. I'm sure you're not going to say that again anymore.
All right, but people in Enugu State will not share that same sentiment because it seems that the Kano State governor, talking about Ganduje's led reconciliation committee, is failing to do that. Some primary members, some party members who actually engage in the primaries in Enugu State are still insisting that monies be returned to them because they felt that what happened in Enugu State was nothing short of travesty. And they are still insisting that, this is as recent as yesterday, they're still insisting that they should get a refund back. And we also are, and this is not just in Enugu State alone, this is almost cut across several other states in Nigeria.
You're looking for a state of absolute peace. And we have told you, not only in politics, in any gathering, you can't get that. The absence of crisis does not mean there are no people who disagree with what is on ground. So we admit clearly, and that is normal, that even when you have peace, there are still people who do not like that situation. So the people in Ogun who appear not to agree with what the party has done, we admit they exist, but we say vast majority of the people in Ogun are happy that the party they belong to is insisting on fair play, for everybody who comes forward to participate in our affairs, is certain that the rules will be applied evenly. So we are comforted by that fact. So, and like I said, it doesn't mean that there are not going to be people who may have one issue or the other that they do not agree with. That is not only in politics. Everywhere you go, when you have more than one person, then you're going to have such issues. So, but largely, the kind of disaster scenario that was painted a few weeks ago, event and time have proven that they do not exist.
Are you rightly dismissing what happened in Enugu State yesterday?
What happened in Enugu yesterday?
That party members are asking for their monies.
Please. That what?
That party members are asking for a refund of their monies that was actually used to procure forms for the primaries in Enugu State. I'm being particular about Enugu State, not Ogun State, Enugu State.
Yeah, so, and then what is wrong about what they have asked for? The point is, do we have such rules that say that people should be refunded money after they have participated in primaries? There's nothing special about people coming forward to say, give me a refund. And then you ask him, was there such agreement? So it's nothing. We shouldn't make a mountain out of a molehill, I beg. It's not the situation as it's been painted.
All right, let's move it along. So the Nigerian Election Debate Group and the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria have just released the presidential election debate timetable. We know that President Buhari shied away from participating in the debates in 2015. Now, will he do so before the 2019 elections?
President Muhammadu Buhari had participated in such debate before. So there's nothing special about debate. And the real debate is what we have done in 3.5 years that people can see clearly. So it's a matter of choice whether to add that to your campaign or not. It's just another platform to campaign. But the real campaign, as we said, are going to be based on the party and our candidate showcasing what we have done in 3.5 years. And we have 1,001 platform to do that. The debate that has been put up or that is coming is just one of such several platforms. And so we're going to choose and apply ourselves to whatever opportunity that comes, including that debate, if necessary.
A debate, though, is not just another platform, is it? It's a mechanism for each candidate to present his plans, his promises, and in the case of an incumbent president, his achievements, and be rebutted immediately by the other candidates. It's important that President Buhari participates this time. The Nigerian public expects that of him. Why would he not accede to those demands from his electorate?
I didn't say he won't, and I didn't say he will. I'm just saying the debate is just one of the several platforms that are available for our candidates and our party to showcase what we have done 3.5 years and the promises we have for Nigerians going forward. So it's not the only platform, and it's not the most important platform by any way you want to define that. There are many platforms. It's just one other platform to debate or discuss or showcase what we are doing. What the president was in France, and he engaged with Nigerians. I mean, in Poland, and he engaged with Nigerians. That was one platform. We will go around the country telling people what we have done for 3.5 years. That will be several other platforms that we can apply ourselves to. The debate is one of them. We would apply ourselves to that. we would choose, try to use as many platforms as we can, that debate opportunity being one of them, as time permits and as we found necessary.
Well, Nigerians would expect him to distinguish himself from the main opposition, Atiku Abubakar, and demonstrate to us how exactly they are distinct. Minute to minute, live, Atiku Abubakar can cross-examine, President Buhari can rebut. It's important. I think that you're sort of underestimating the impact of a political debate.
Well, at our end, we also have the mechanism to assess the impact of all the platforms that are available. And we are going to choose based on the impact we expect from each platform. And so I'm not ruling out anything. I'm just saying that there are 1,001 platforms to engage with the public. The ultimate is for us to be able to showcase what we have done 3.5 years and what we still have in stock. So I'm not ruling out anything, but at the same time, the debate, the president had participated in the past when even the sitting president opted not to participate. The president was there. President Jonathan didn't participate in the debate where President Muhammadu Buhari, then a candidate of another party, came forward to that debate and participated. So there is nothing special about whether it comes or not. There are 1,001 platforms, I'll repeat, and then we are going to choose based on the impact we expect from each of the platforms, and we would ultimately engage with Nigerians because we are very confident and we have reasons to come forward because we have performed so well in 3.5 years. So we don't have any reason to dodge anything, but we would apply ourselves to all the opportunities that are available, and we would pick based on the impact we expect from each of them, and we would showcase what we have done to Nigerians.
Mr. Lanre, tell us what is the latest in the Zamfara issue. Your party insists that you'll be fielding a candidate, even though the electoral umpire says no primary was held in the state. What is the latest? Bring us up to speed. Are you in court? Are you fielding candidates?
Yeah, we are in court, and we are very confident that we have a right to field candidates. We are very confident that we did the right thing, and that we had primaries, and so the court is the ultimate decider. APC is a party that believes in the rule of law, so we are in court.
Very quickly, let me ask you as we round up, why is your party so fixated on the People's Democratic Party candidate and his ability to travel to the U.S.?
Well, the question is not about him going to U.S. or not. It's about why he's not able to go to U.S.
Is that a problem for your party right now?
What we all have known. I didn't get that.
Why are you so fixated on it? Why is this an issue for your party?
There is no fixation. It's just that they are not comfortable that we know why he cannot go to the U.S. We can go to anywhere in the world he wants, no problem. We don't have any issue with that. But we know the reason why he can't go to the U.S. And that is confirming what we all have known. And it's confirming what his boss, his former boss, the President Olusegun Obasanjo, has written about copiously in his book about him. It's something that touches on his credibility. And it becomes important because if somebody cannot prove his own credibility and is presenting himself to come and to be our president, to be elected to be president, then we should be worried, we should be concerned. And we need one more evidence from him, and that is the fact that if you don't want to go to the U.S., no problem. But is there a reason why you can't go or you're being denied visa? Then if that has happen to be linked to his lack of credibility as being reported, then you and I should be worried. Every Nigerian should be worried about that. So it's not about fixation. It's about the fact that it is a very important issue that whoever is coming forward to say, I want to be your president, we have a right to be certain that it's a credible
So you are saying whoever rules Nigeria should be confident to be able to travel to the USA, which is just one country in the world. But it's really... Let me land here, Mr. Lanre. Are you saying...
Please don't... That's not what I said.
Okay, so what did you say?
What I said is that If he likes, he can go to the, hold on, please. He can go to the U.S. and stay there permanently, no problem. But is there a reason why he cannot go? So we are interested in the reason, not the fact that whether he goes to the U.S. or not.
Great.
It could be Ghana. If you can't go to Ghana for a reason that has to do with lack of credibility, that has to
so is this a determinant, for a good governance? Is that a determinant that a president can go to USA?
Is a determinant.
But as it stands, they are just allegations.
You continue to mention USA, but I am mentioning credibility and integrity. You are fixated about USA. I'm fixated about credibility and integrity.
What has the ability to go to the USA got to do with good governance, ability to rule? You continue to mention the US, while I insist that the issue is about credibility and integrity. Okay, great. We'll leave it at that. Many thanks, Mr. Lanre Issa-Onilu, the spokesperson of the All Progressives Congress. We hope to see you again as the elections are really drumming up to 2019.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's time now for a short break.